Okay, video number 20. So we were talking about the ego, and this will be a few videos. I mean, it'll keep coming back, but I'm trying to stay focused on one for a while so that we can get through that, the more solid ideas. So anyway, just imagine for a moment now that everyone is an ego, the whole world, and everyone that you talk to, you're actually talking to an ego. You're not talking to that person. Every once in a while, you get through that and hit the core. Every once in a while. But for the most part, anybody who acts like they are who they are and you are who you are, that's ego interaction. Like a doctor. If a doctor's speaking to you as a patient and you're speaking to him as a doctor, I'm not saying that you don't have to have respect for him, but there's an interaction there that's not human. It's based on who he is and who you are. That's just an example. It's the same thing as meeting a famous person, the Pope, well, anybody, the president. And again, you're awestruck. You're not talking to him as an equal. You're talking to him as someone below and they're above. If they feel that way, especially let's just say for a pope to feel that way, that's not good. But again, I have nothing against religions. What I have against the religion is how they've been hijacked by ego throughout the millennium to control other people, other egos. Basically, that's what it is that whoever hijacked these religions, these egos that hijacked it, changed it, didn't think about the true meaning of it and everything that you could possibly say about the true meaning of it, or things that they cut out for no reason, meaning why would you not leave it whole? If it was the word of God or the word of God through other men, which, okay, why would you cut things out of it yet be, you know, all behind that Bible? Because it didn't make sense, or would you just leave it in there and let other people make sense of it? I mean, that would be the right thing to do. See, I believe that we can teach children from the very beginning, from when they're first born, because all children are is small versions of us. They're not children to be talked to. There's different ways of doing things. There's a different way of raising a child to be less egotistical or less having to do with ego. And it's not a matter of forcing them, it's a matter of teaching them the correct way from a child. And I believe that eventually, see, that's kind of happening in a way with the hitting of children. They don't want you to hit children because originally that started back when there was, I forget the name of the couple, but his name was Joel. I don't know, he was an ex-lawyer or a lawyer in Manhattan, and him and his wife, who he had beaten, he used to beat her severely. Anyway, they ended up adopting a child, and they ended up killing the child. I think she was 6 years old. And from then on, there was laws against, hitting children and stuff like that, and that's why you see it today. But it's not being taught correctly, in my view. Yeah, I don't say that you have to hit kids, but you also can't make them run amok because they still have egos. And the egos now are not kept in check at all. So that's why you get children, young kids, they're 14, 13, completely oblivious. They don't care about, the elders. They don't care about their friends. They really don't care. That's the way I see it. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I doubt it because this is what you hear all the time. So I'm going to just take it for granted that if I hear it all around me on social media and everywhere else, there has to be some truth to it. So if there's truth to it, unless everybody's lying to me and trying to make things up to make me hate children, I don't know why you'd make me hate children or why you'd make everybody feel as though children are out of control. Because remember, you're still the parent. You still have a responsibility. To do it the right way is one thing. To hit the kid way too much is also not right. But laws are not made to be fair to everybody. It's a whole different thing. We wouldn't need laws if everyone dropped their ego tomorrow. Tomorrow, let's just say everybody woke up and there was no more ego in anyone. We would not need governments. We would not need laws. We would not need guns. We would not need any of it. Nothing. No laws, no lawmakers, nothing. Because everybody would be on the same page. Everybody would be about peace, keeping peace, working together, doing things together. If I have, you have. If I got two, one's yours if you need it. No problem. That's the idea, is that's utopia. Where everybody just does for everybody else and everybody's happy and we watch out for each other. There's nothing really to watch out for because there's no predators, there's nothing. No criminals, no jails. None of that will exist if we make it to that point in the future. And we drop ego, there will be nothing to fight about. No religion. Like I'm saying, John Lennon, imagine. That's what it was about. If no one had ego, imagine. That's what it was. Imagine. That's what he was imagining. He was imagining that all of that dropped immediately. There would be nothing to fight about, nothing to keep, nothing to hoard. Uh, there'd be a lot less of a lot of things that we find, and I also believe that, again, we have, diseases and stuff because this negativity is spread throughout everything, even the food that we eat. I believe that the food that we eat and how it's treated, animals, how they're treated for food, I believe that negative energy affects us, affects our bodies, affects our cells, affects everything. Because we're made of energy, complete energy. So any amounts of bad energy that you're taking in is affecting you little by little, little by little. Because I believe that we should be able to live longer. I believe that we should. And healthier. I believe we live longer and healthier. We haven't learned how to do any of that.